According to the City Press, Bushiri's issues are still a little bit far away from ending. So we are here to report on an update of matters as they are going on. This episode is going to be an update episode, particularly on Bushiri. I recently saw a video from AMT7 announcing that the City Press had published a new publication, you understand, updating us, some of us peasants who have not bought a newspaper anyway. That there has been a small little update in the subject matter of Bushiri and the issues that are going on with him and the law. Now, Bushiri said he respects the law. So I'm sure we will hear a response from him pertaining this one. Okay, this is a different subject. Bushiri said when he was in his when he went back to his cocoon over in Malawi, he said that the hawks were after him. The hawks were hunting after him. Now, looks like this time it's not the hawks that are knocking at his door, showing that Mandem really does have issues with South Africa as a whole. Number one, remember, when Bushiri's issues came up, it was that the hawks had done an investigation. Remember, that's the job of the hawks. Financial crimes, whatnot, all those funny whatches that you pull over there, they'll probably find you over there. Now, this was not only them. You'll remember that the SAPS actually got involved in the whole thing when the case subject came up. When the subject matter of him launching a complaint against certain policemen, the SAPS got involved in that, and they were responding particularly to subject matters of whether there was a complaint that was pushed forward. And they responded that they tried to get Mandem involved. Mandem was not complying. So the Hawks, the SAPS. Then Bushiri had issues with the Home Affairs Office, okay? The Department of Home Affairs. And it turned out that he used some shenanigan moves in order for him to obtain his papers of permanent residency. And this was before he had even lived to the minimum period that is actually required. How? Mandem, how did that happen? We found that there was something that might have passed under the table. You understand? There was something that went under the table. And after that entire Khwajes happened, the Mandem that was associated was fired. For some reason, he tried to go to CCMA. CCMA is where you go if you are unfairly dismissed. I don't know. He felt he was unfairly dismissed. Now, I'm showing you the authority issues that he has had, so that I can give you the new case. After all of these people, so he had issues with the Hawks, investigation of crimes and money, money loan, you understand. Then he had issues with the SAPS. He launched a case and he didn't go back to answer for it. Fine. Then he had an issue with the Home Affairs Office because his papers were not in order. Okay, this sounded like a pattern here. This is someone who likes dealing with the wrong side of the law. Then there was a time, when he started claiming that high officials and whatnot and stuff like that. But it's fine. We'll leave that one out, okay? We'll leave the other part of authority that he had his run in with the wrong side. This new case now has to deal with the last four, okay? I'll leave the other ones. This one deals with direct, and also remember, when the whole thing was happening, they had an issue with the lawyer, with the judge. So that's another one. These are different people. They're all different people. To claim that you had issues, all this was quite telling. But Bushiri then came up, okay, and claimed certain things against the judge, whatnot. Then he had issues with people. Hey, Bushiri's problems don't end. Number 5, there was the issue with, he said he had issues with some people when they were in the jailhouse over there. They said they were poisoned, blah, 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 blah. Everywhere where he goes, where there's any authority figure, Bushiri seems to have issues. Okay? Fine. So that's 5. Number 6, because the Bible says the 6 is the number of men. Okay? Bushiri has to get 666. He's 666. Let me give him this 666. Now it's the SARS offices. So He has gone through all the system. He seems to have issues with political figures, the Home Affairs Office, not just a person in the Home Affairs Office. He didn't tell us if there's anybody that's just kind of like picking at him. No, he had an issue with the whole office. That's how arrogant Mandem is. Now, the SARS office has now made a response. Apparently, Mandem is owing 40-something million. 40-something in the meal. In the meal. You kind of just, you have to put a full stop on it, but you put a full stop with a couple of dots after it so that it can rhyme properly. It can kind of go nicely. You understand? In the meals. So the SARS office is saying that Mandem is owing. He needs to put up installment and them type of things. So he's owing in the area of, in the 40s of millions. Okay? Yeah, so we can pause Gosham there. If Gosham is coming out of his pocket, we can just, you can tell us how you are going to submit the money. Whether you want to do so by e-wallet, we have e-wallet in South Africa. E-wallet is where a person sends the money and they send you a code. You can go and get it without having a card at the ATM. You know, some people might not know. Yeah, that's what an e-wallet is. You can do it by EFT. EFT, you know, electronic transfer. You can do it by a bank, right? Straight bank to bank, it's done. But because we are talking about millions, you know, you can even do it the way, you know, the big guys, you know, people in mining, people in, you know, that's the business that he knows, in mining and in all those big businesses for minerals and whatnot. I think they call it what? B-scroll or whatever. Yeah, they have these funny names. M-scroll, what. Yeah, someone who has dealt in the business can tell us down in the comment section. They have this B-scroll, what, letter of intent, of say, yeah, you know, maybe you can send us a letter of intent from your bank so that South Africa can know how are you planning to make the payments. We would like to know this kind of monies. We don't, you know, this kind of monies we don't just pass over. You kind of have to get into a discussion. So that's how much he's owing. Now, remember, this is a different office altogether. In the beginning, we spoke about Hawks. We spoke about SAPS issues. We spoke about the office of some high officials in governance. We spoke about the Department of Home Affairs with his papers for international what. He claimed he had papers, permanent residency, the whole years. It was obtained illegally. So we have that part. We know him. He deals in the others. He deals in the shady side, basically. Now we also heard that he had been poisoned, claiming that he had issues when he was in jail. So he had issues even while he was in the prison cell. So another group of authorities there are involved. Now it's SARS. Bazalani, if you are a normal person, no, you know some people so some kids some people you know, we can't expect Itutuanis to explain or to understand this type of information, you know, because they're not from this world to begin with. So you can't expect them to understand. How can someone be wronged by all authorities like that? SARS has an issue. SAPS has an issue. Hawks has an issue. The court has an issue. He was claiming all kinds of money, them type of things. Wait. Lawyers, hey, government officials, you know, those ones we can't trust. You know, on that one we'll give you a yes. But on the other ones, on these other ones, now SARS has come. SARS took its time. SARS paused. When everybody was being noisy, SARS paused and did its investigation. They found you are owing 40-something million. China. Even if they say someone is hunted or they are, you know, they are ghost hunting. What kind of a ghost are you? What kind of a ghost are you? The problem is when a person has a behavior of dealing in the wrong, it doesn't matter where they are, doing what. They will be corrupt at all levels. So I find it quite interesting when I heard this particular report from AMT7. I was like, hey, SARS, you are owing at SARS. Hey? You can't just have issues with SAPS. No, it's not just the correctional services. It's not the Home Affairs only. It's not Hawks only. It's not SAPS. Even SARS. Bushiri, is there anyone you have not wronged? Maybe Bushiri has wronged me. Yeah, I must sit down. Guys, give me a second. Maybe let me remember. Maybe let me try to recall. Maybe Bushiri has done something wrong. Has Bushiri done anything wrong? The way he has wronged everyone. Ha! Even news reporters who went there. We saw one on ENCA. She was being interviewed. She tried to go there to research man them. They said she was returned right at the border. So already, is there anyone who Bushiri has not wronged? Or is there someone who's innocent? Asking if anybody has not been wronged might be the wrong question. It's reality show. Daily Christian commentary videos. Yeah, you see that prophet, that one that I was talking about. Yeah, we are coming to you. Next.